Genshin Impact is a great game. I've been playing faithfully for over a year and it's been a fun experience. Yeah, there are some controversial decisions made by MiHoYo, but they haven't been the worst company at all. Now, this game as of now is 9 out of 10. And there are just a few major issues that are holding this game back from being a 10 out of 10, and I'll be going over them. First, the artifact system. Let me just say, it's fundamentally wrong. Look at the directions that the artifacts are rotating. It goes from flower, to hat, to goblet, to sands, to feather. Now, why is it that if you click on the feather, it's now in the complete opposite direction? I now have to move from left to right, from flower, to feather, to sands, to goblet, to crown. This is insanity. I was under the impression that it would be in the correct order. And no, my artistic brain cannot even comprehend where my artifacts are. I have to now dissect a completely new menu to even navigate this cursed system. Now, the next major issue with the artifacts, they aren't visible like clothing. Now look, I want to see my Jangling with the right clothes. A mask, a feather, a katana guard around her waist, and a feather coming out of her hair? This is just an unexpected disaster. Why can't my official have a Spartan hat with a flask around her body? Like, it's completely unexpected, and this itself just makes me want to uninstall the game every time. Another thing that really bothers me. I play on both PC and mobile. If I play on one, it's normally fine. But the second I do the event quest on my PC and then switch to mobile, all hell breaks loose. All the notifications I previously cleared are back. I have to click on them one by one and turn them off. And what's worse, what if I didn't actually check something before? I could miss important info because all the notifications are just spamming my screen, completely ruining the immersion. Another thing that completely ruins the immersion, death. When you die, you disappear. Yet, your physical body is still here. I'd love to be able to see my mangled and beaten dead body to remind me, hey, I messed up. Maybe I should have dodged that Ruin Grader laser beam, but instead, I vanish. Like, look, in real life, your problems don't just vanish. You have to deal with them. Instead, we could just either reset or simply eat an egg and boom, we're back. And speaking of eating, who gets full off of eating 17 tiny apples? That's just so wrong. We can eat 4 whole baked chickens, but we can't eat 17 miniature apples? That's just fundamentally wrong. And a bigger issue with the food system, Diona, a child, can eat the same as child? A man? I mean, I get that she's a cat and all, but still. And for the life of me, I can't figure out how to cook in this game. I use pyro over and over, and it just doesn't work. I kill a boar, use fire, still raw meat. I kill a bird, get foul, use fire, nothing. Now that I've gotten those points out of the way, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Resin. I'm one to never trust games timers, so I have to verify a few things. But I have to do calculus level math just to figure out how long until my resin is refilled. Let me just explain what I have to do. First, I have to take the total amount of resin, 160, and subtract it from my current resin. Let's just say 40 in this case, just to be hypothetical. Now, I have to take that number and divide it by the total number of days in a month, which is roughly 30. This gives me 4. I then have to multiply this by 24, the hours in the day, so I get 96. Again, I have to divide this by the total number of minutes in the day, which is 1,440, which gives me 0.06. Then, I gotta multiply that by the original number, 120. So I get 7.2. I then have to add 0.8 8 because our resin refills every 8 minutes. So we get a raw 8. Then we have to multiply 8 by 120, which gets us 960. And if that wasn't hard enough, we then have to convert that to hours. So 960 divided by 60 equals 16 hours? And you think, okay, 16 hours until my resin is refilled. But no, it's not that simple. If you didn't manage to do that entire equation within 8 minutes maximum, then guess what? You got another point of resin. So, you have to do the entire equation from scratch just to verify if this game's timer is accurate. That's blasphemy! Now, for the last issue that we all felt. Just look at this footage. Do you see what's wrong? Of course you do. You see it, I see it, everyone sees it. The amount of Primogems is an odd number. Why would they ever allow you to get a single Primogem or an odd number of Primogems? When you do tips in this game, you get a single Primogem per tip. So now I'm forced to stare at this odd number of Primogems until I discover a new tip? Well, I guess I'll start searching the entire map for something that I haven't done yet, because this is just unforgivable. So those are the major problems with this game. If they could fix these major game-breaking issues, this game would be a solid 10 out of 10 for me. Thanks for watching. Enigma